All right, folks, we're gonna pour a glass of wine for today's video. Delish. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about survival jobs 101. Yeah. It's good. Also, welcome to or back to my channel, MelCabeyVlogs. Just make sure this frame is good. Frame is good, but this blanket's bothering me, so we're gonna throw that out of the way. Survival jobs 101, New York City. For actors, that's what we're doing today. So I have had a lot of different survival jobs, and I'm going to tell you what they are, and I'm going to rank them. I'm going to rank the happiness that they gave me to help you guys who are moving to New York or who live in New York and are trying to figure out day jobs and all of that. And for those of you who want to be happy while living in New York and like auditioning and being an actor and all of that fun jazz. So when I first moved to New York City, I mainly was a nanny. That was what I did my first audition season. And I think for my first audition season in New York, I really liked it, and I think it worked out well for me. It paid really well. Usually nannying in New York, you get between like $22 to $27 an hour, which is crazy, and a lot of times you get paid under the table sometimes. But it's really good, but I would rate that one like a 5 out of 10 happiness. One, because it was very emotionally exhausting because you have to be very present with the kids and you have to give a lot, you have to be entertaining, and you have to just give a lot. And number two, a lot of times I would either have to be up really early to bring the kids to school or stay out really late when the parents were like going out at night for like date nights. But I think for a few months it worked out for me pretty well. It was nice in the summer as well, but there definitely hit a point where it made me way too exhausted and it was just too much. So then the next job came into play. This one is kind of similar to the job I have now, but I like the job I have now better. Next one was front desk at a gym, which I liked because I got a free gym membership. That was great. I would say it was kind of similar to babysitting. The happiness level was like a 5 out of 10. The main one being, it would either have to be, you would have to open super early, like 5 a.m., or close really late, like 11 p.m. So both of those were hard. I would end up opening a lot because then I was able to like get to auditions. But it was rough. Just those hours were rough. And then specifically the gym that I worked at, you had to stand the whole time, and with you know, dancing a lot and being out and about in the city a lot, like going to your day job and having to stand, that was just like rough. I just wasn't a fan of that. Now I'm gonna bring in some other jobs before I move on to my next ones that my friends do that I think are big options for people to do as well. The obvious one is serving, bartending. I have friends who love it and I have friends who hate it. I have considered it and I've been this close to being a waiter, but I will tell you why I've decided that that's not really the route for me in a second. A lot of my like super extroverted friends really like it because they get to know people, they get to make connections, and you can get really good tips. It's very good money. Really, really good. I know my friend Colleen, who I think you may have seen on this channel, she waitresses and she can make some really, really great money and not even work that many days within a week. So that's a really good option. But for me, it's kind of similar to the babysitting thing. It's too on all of the time. For me, as a person, to balance that with acting. Another job, which also kind of falls into this category of like just being very on, is being like a fitness coach, Like my friend Amelia, she is an Orange Theory instructor or a Pilates instructor, which I'm certified in Pilates. I almost went down this route, but again, I felt like it was a lot to give while also trying to give to being an actor and a dancer and everything that comes with that. But a lot of my friends really, really love it. My friend Tyler is a Pilates instructor while he full-time auditioning. I feel like it can be really fulfilling, and that's one of those side jobs where it's almost like a full-time job in a way, where you can make really great money and be very fulfilled by doing that job, like being a fitness instructor and all of that. But when you're auditioning full-time, it can get very exhausting. And for an introvert like me, where I get energy by being alone and by recharging by myself and having quiet time, that was a bit too much to handle. That's what I would say about that. But again, it's good money. And kind of with that, which is something that I do, so right now I kind of have multiple jobs, multiple streams of income, which I'm enjoying. I think it's a good choice for me. So I am a nutrition coach. And initially when I started that over the pandemic, I really wanted that to be my full-time day job. And I thought it would be a great pair with being a performer. However, now that, and during the pandemic when things were really quiet, it was a great choice and I really enjoyed it and it was great and it was fulfilling. But then I noticed that when real life began again, doing auditions all the time, going to class all the time, and nutrition coaching, that thing happened again where I was too exhausted, because I can't nutrition coach without putting my full self into it. And I can't audition and take class without putting my full self into it. So I found that I was putting my full self all the time out, and it was too much. So I still nutrition coach, but I have a select few clients at a given time. I don't overwhelm myself, and I'm not able to make it my sole job for my entire income just because it's too much. However, it's something I enjoy and I'm keeping it, but I'm not doing it kind of full time. So then that brings me to kind of where I am now and at what I am finding is working for me. So right now I work the front desk at a facial bar, which I really, really like because I get free facials, which is great for being an actor. But two, the environment is generally pretty calm, except when there's just like a lot of clients or there's issues with clients. But there's like good music playing and it smells nice and it's more so calm, and there's a lot of downtime throughout my shifts. And then also just like kind of one of those things of like working in New York is like I've found my community at that day job where the ladies that I work with are just wonderful. I kind of have a second family there. I feel very comfortable there. It's very welcoming, and everybody there knows I'm an actor and they support me and my journey. They're always asking how our audition's going, anything coming up, and it's very nice to feel that support, but from people who aren't actors. And it's really cool because I'm getting to know people from other areas. So that's really nice as well. But like generally it's just more calm. I say this in like a bad way, but I don't have to put my full self into working the front desk at this job. I just have to be nice to people when they come in. I check them in, I check them out, and that's kind of it. And I don't have to be like putting on a show to entertain them or to get them to do something where I would have to do with like Pilates or nutrition or babysitting. It's a lot more relaxed, and I think it works for me. And then also what's really good is I get to sit. I'm at a computer. I'm able to, in between times between clients and everything, I'm able to look up auditions. I can learn audition combos while I'm sitting there kind of in my head and like marking it. So then I'm like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna film before my shift at work, and let me learn it now. And I can do like other things there. Like while I'm there, I also do my follow-ups for my nutrition coaching. So I'm kind of optimizing that time. So I feel like it's almost like this job to me is office hours in a way. There is work that I'm doing for the company that I'm working for there, and that takes up a good amount of the time that I'm there, but there is a lot of downtime, so that I'm able to do kind of like admin work for the Melissa Cabey business. I can edit videos and submit them to auditions. I can manage my calendar. I can do a lot while I'm there. So I do feel like my time at work isn't fully wasted, if that makes sense. I hope that made sense. So I think that's really working for me. And then I'm also trying to make content creation a good stream of income, so YouTube and maybe TikTok one day. Follow my TikTok, it's MelCabey. But that would be a dream because clearly I enjoy it, and even when I don't make any money from it, I'm still just like putting out content because I love it. So that would be amazing to one day get a really good income from that. And I'm just gonna keep working towards that every day. So I kind of add that to my list. And then lastly, I've just started doing freelance copywriting. I met this girl, and she basically connects you to, she gives you assignments from different companies, and I copyright for them. And then through that, I'm going to be able to build a portfolio, and then I can either apply to companies to be like a full-time copywriter or full-time content writer. Sorry, I think I said the wrong words this whole time. I am content writing. So it's freelance content writing, and basically what that is, it's like blog posts for companies. It's all different things, but it's through this girl, and she gives me the assignments, and I write for different companies on different subjects that they want their clients to read about. And I really enjoy that. I'm a writer. I love writing. I find it really fun and fulfilling. And that to me is a great kind of way to be creative and to use my talents without expending a lot, because I get to do it by myself. I don't have to be like speaking to people a lot to get the job done. I just get to like sit by myself in solitude and do that work, and I can do that anywhere, which is great. So I think ultimately like the facial bar right now is great for me, but I would love maybe one day to get full-time, be able to pay all of my bills with content creation and content writing. That would be the dream. I think that would be really great to do all of that, and of course my nutrition company as well. And I think that would all complement my acting career. The reason I'm really into the content writing especially is because I can do it anywhere. So that would be really cool to be able to visit my family more often. I could go see my niece more often and still be working. And I could be on contracts with theater jobs and still be able to content write, which would be really cool. So I'm kind of following that path right now, and kind of the lesson is like everybody has their own path of what day jobs could look like. Some people, they're really like extroverted, jobs work out for them. Some people are more like me, where you need more chill, introverted jobs. But you don't have to follow the like basic route of actor day jobs. There's lots of different options of things you could do. Oh, I have a lot of friends who do temp work, where they work at companies at like the front desk of like a business, a corporation. And there's a lot of temp agencies where you can join, and then they just call you on a weekly basis, and they're like, hey, this company needs somebody Tuesday and Thursday, can you do it? And you say yes. A lot of my friends do that. I didn't like that one because I didn't have like a set schedule, which bothered me. With my facial bar, I have the same schedule every week, and I've been able to kind of create it to fit around my dance class and my voice lesson and my acting class schedule, and I'm able to figure out things when auditions come up. So that's really good too. I think the main things that you want to focus on when doing day jobs is, number one, can this day job be flexible with you so that you are able to go to auditions? Because there's no point in moving to New York City to audition and then having a day job that doesn't allow you to do that. Why are you there then? So are they flexible? Can you make it work? Does the day job deplete me of my energy physically and emotionally? Is my happiness level going down because of this day job? That's a good question. I think those are really the main things. And then obviously, like, is it a wage that can support my life? Obviously, the more money, the better, but sometimes something with more money can not follow those, cannot check off those other boxes, and you kind of have to make do. But yeah, I mean, there's so many things out there. Talk to your friends who live in New York, see what their day jobs are, see what people who you follow, like musical theater actor people on TikTok, see what their day jobs are. There are so many different things you can be doing where it's all just very unique and you can find your way. And like for me, I would say I'm at a really good place now, and it's my 5th year living in New York, but technically we can kind of minimize some due to the pandemic and being on contracts. This is like my 3rd chunk of being in New York and auditioning. And I finally found kind of what's working for me. So you can do it too. It's a journey, but like it's possible to be happy having day jobs and also pursue acting at the same time. Yeah, I think that's it. I feel like there's probably more I want to say, but that's it. Please comment down below if you have any questions, and I'm definitely going to answer them. I would love to help people with this aspect. And yeah, that's really it. So thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe and share to help me reach my dream of making money from YouTube videos. That would be great. So blunt, but like that would be awesome. So please support me if you like my content, and thank you so much. All right, guys. Cheers. Bye.